to remember that they look worse than they actually are. So what I like to do in solving these kind of equations is get rid of decimals first and then solving it with our basic method. So in order to do that, notice that here we just have one decimal places, right? Which means one number after the point. So if I want to get rid of this decimal places, I want to multiply everything by a 10. I can multiply my equation by a number, right? It stays the same if I multiply by every term in the equation. So here, because it was just 1, I'm going to multiply it by 10. So if I multiply that, I'm going to get 73x minus 17 equals 56. So here I just got rid of the decimals, so I can just do it our old version. So it's going to be what? 73x, so I have to get rid of this negative 17. So plus 17 here, plus 17 to the other side. This will cancel each other out. So I have equal 56 plus 17. So 73x equals 56 plus 17 is just 73. So now in order to have x alone, I have to divide both sides by 73. This will cancel each other out, so I have x equals 73 over 73, which is just 1. So x equals 1. So what if we have this? Notice the difference between this example and the previous one is that here I have 2 decimal places, whereas I like to call it hundredths. If I have hundredths, so I have to multiply everything by 100 to get rid of that decimals, right? So I'm going to multiply everything by 100. If I do that, I'm going to left with 4x plus just 3 equals 2x minus 1. So now we're good, right? It's a simple one. So I'm going to write this. I'm going to get rid of this positive 3 first. So negative 3 to both sides. I have 4x equals 2x minus 1 minus 3. So now I'm going to get rid of that 2x on the right side and bring it to the left side. So in order to move it, I'm going to do, it's positive, right? So I'm going to do negative 2x here, negative 2x there. Yeah. So I have 4x minus 2x equals negative 1, negative 3. So simplify it even more. 4 minus 2 is just 2x equals negative 1, negative 3 is negative 4. So now let's divide both sides by a 2. I'm going to have x equals negative 4 over 2. And what is negative 4 over 2? It's just negative 2. So x equals negative 2. It's important that you remember, if you have an equation involving 2 decimal places and 1 decimal place, then you're going to use the bigger one, the second one, so the hundredths. And then you're going to multiply everything by 100 to wipe out all the decimals. So with that being said, why don't you go ahead and try this one? So I assume you already tried this one, so we're going to go over it together. So here we have 2 decimal places and then 1 decimal place. So I'm going to use the bigger one, which is the hundredths. So I'm going to multiply everything by 100. So that will come out as 3x, 4, negative 2x. Here, I get a 10. So, I'm going to move all the x's to the left side and all the numbers to the other side. So I'm going to do positive 2x for both sides. So I'm moving this to the left left side. Cancel that out. I'm going to get 3x minus 2x plus 4 equals negative 10. So I'm going to move this 4 to the other side. So negative 4 here, negative 4 there. 3x minus 2x is negative 10, negative 4. So 3 minus 2 is just 1. So 1x equals negative 14. So sometimes we get equations involving fractions. In that case, we want to multiply everything by the LCD or the least common denominator. So here, we're just lucky that because all the denominators are 2, right? So I'm going to multiply everything by a 2 to get rid of the fractions. So these 2's will cancel each other out. So I have x minus 3 equals 5. The rest is just basic, right? So I'm going to do plus 3 for both sides in order to get rid of that. So I have x equals 5 plus 3. So I have x equals 8. So here, we have to find out what is the LCD between 8 and 4, right? Here we know the LCD is 8, so I want to multiply everything by an 8. Remember, the LCD is the least number that will go out to all the denominators evenly. So if I multiply everything by an 8, I'm going to get here, I'm going to get just negative 3x, right? 8's cancel each other out. There, I'm going to write that down. 8/4 equals, that is going to be just 8/8, so just 1. So here, I'm going to make it even more simple. So 8/4 is just 2. 1. So in order to find that out, I have to get rid of that 2, right? So negative 3x equals 1 minus 2. So negative 3x equals 1 minus 2 is just negative 1. So in order to have x alone, I'm going to divide both sides by negative 3. So I'm going to have x equals, negative and negative will be positive, so I just have 1/3. Why don't you go ahead and try this one? So I assume you gave it a try. So let's go over this together. So I have to multiply this by the LCD to get rid of all the fractions, right? What is the LCD between 3, 4, and 6? It's 12. So I'm going to multiply everything by 12. Just remember, you have to multiply this 12 by all the terms. So you have to multiply this 12 by x2. So I'm going to write it down. I have 12 third x plus 12 fourths equals 12 sixths minus 12 times x is just 12x. So let's make this simpler. 12 divided by 3 is 4x plus. This is 3. 12 divided by 6 is 2 minus 12x. So now, let's move this 12x, this negative 12x to the left side. So I'm going to add 12x's to both sides. That will get rid of that. So now I have 4x plus 3 plus 12x equals just 2. So here, 4 plus 12 is 16. So 16x plus 3 equals 2. That 3 is bothering me, so it's positive, so I'm going to say negative 3 for both sides. Just straight. multiplies by 16, I'm going to get x equals -1 over 16. So thank you for watching us. That's it for solving linear equations with one variable.